Good morning every day, everybody. This is our 6th Frugal. Let's get frugal. And the first thing I want to start out with is learn how to repair things, fix things. Most men can do it. The exception to the rule is my son Jason. He's lucky to be able to screw in a light bulb, okay? Don't tell him I said this, but he's bad. But learn how to repair things instead of rushing out and buying something new. See if you can repair it. I thought this is a good example. I thought my first refrigerator that I bought was broken. Of course, I hated it. So I was biased and it stopped working. Well, I put it in storage and I just went without. I had an ice maker and a cooler, and that's what I did. About 6 months later, I plugged it in. I wanted to see if it worked, how bad it was. Should I take it to the dump? What should I do with it? Works just fine. So there was a plug that was kind of loose, and I think that's what really happened. So again, it's kind of I gotta decline this stupid phone calls. Anyway, I need to get started. So, repair things. The other thing is, really, you don't really learn how to sew. I'm not telling you to rush out and buy a sewing machine. But really, if you could sew or crochet, you can crochet pot holders. I had one here, I was using it. Blankets, jackets. There's all kinds of things you can do if you're out of things, if you need something and you don't have the money to buy it. So learning some skills to help you get through things without having to spend a lot of money is really, really important. I mean, just to study it and understand it, maybe you'll never use that skill, maybe you will. It's up to you. But I repair just about everything. I've even helped put on a roof. In my younger days, okay? Younger days, not now. Green stamps, do you remember them? We used to have those and they would save us money, or if we saved up enough, we could get a toaster or a coffee maker or all kinds of things. Do you remember the green stamps? Did you get anything with it? I got a toaster in the 70s, I think it was. Coupons. They still have them in the newspapers. I sure would use them. Some stores are taking them. Other stores, I know back east, a lot of those stores have double-day coupons. I don't know if they still do or not. I haven't been back there for a long time, but since 2011. So that's something else to think about, and that's a good savings. And Walmart does take coupons, by the way. Dryer sheets. Save them. Clean your windows with them. Clean glass with them. Really a good way to go. And they do clean the glass really well. So that's something to think about. Grow your own herbs. Even in a van, you can. Or maybe build a shelf by your window, side window, and have, just a little bit lower. And you could have some plants sitting there, herbs, instead of paying these outrageous prices for herbs. Now, I buy them only when they're on sale. Like they've discontinued that brand or whatever. They'll be half price. I think I picked up some cream of tartar for $2.50, which is really cheap. It was like $7. I mean, the herbs you can grow yourself. As I've shown you in the garden back there, you can do this. You can do this in a van. In a house, you can easy as pie. Really easy as pie. And cream of tartar, I'm being told, helps your health. If you put it, I think it was a teaspoon, I'll have to get back with you on that. A teaspoon of cream of tartar in some water every day, it really helps you to be a lot healthier. I did not know this, so I'm going to research a little further on cream of tartar. I will bring this up again and we will talk about it. There's also 8 different kinds of household goods you can use to stop scratching, poison ivy, something like that if you're out, that you should have in the household. Okay. I always say, hang your clothes out instead of using the dryer to bring your electricity down. Now, I don't have a washer and dryer in my van, but you do in a house. So I'm also talking to people living in houses. Hang those clothes out. They are so good. They smell so fresh. I think I talked about this last time. If I could have a clothesline, and if I stayed long enough in one place in BLM land, I would create a clothesline outside that I could hang my clothes. And I would do a lot of hand washing. I want to order a washboard, because I know how to wash my clothes without having to have a washing machine. Takes a little longer, but you can do it. Saves a lot of money, except it uses a lot of water. Something if you're traveling like we are, I hear about all these mouse problems. I decided a long time ago that I would start buying the ball jars. I bought half-gallon, gallon. I have big round 2-gallon glass jars and quart-sized jars. I would keep all my food in it. And everybody goes, oh, it might break. Well, so far, so good. Doesn't mean one won't break tomorrow. But it's one of the best things in the world to keep mice out. Make your house mouse-proof. I don't want mice in my van. I don't have food that they can get to. And I have even further steps I'm going to make sure there's nothing out. The only problem I have is Marley's dog food, and I leave it out 24/7, a little dry dish. That's my problem, but I always leave that out for her. She could get up at 2 in the morning and go over there and eat a little bit, and I just want her to eat when she wants to eat. Okay, so we talked about that. Potatoes. I don't know if you know, I bet most of you do. I scrub my potatoes, the skin. I even cook them in mashed potatoes. I use the skins a lot. And I make them kind of like chips, fry them up, put a little salt and pepper on them as a little snack. So all your vitamins and minerals are in the skin, and it helps you with the carbs of the potato. So you will see, if I fix mashed potatoes, you're going to see the skin in there. Yeah, you are. Because I cook everything with the skin on as much as I can. And if I peel the potatoes, I take that skin and put it in a soup. Just a thought process. Now, I would say ration your proportions. And everybody talks about this. Kind of plan for the week. I try to plan for a week and look at what I have. Now, that plan doesn't always happen. And the reason being is it's too hot in the van to cook. Now, when I'm on BLM land, I will be able to cook outside. So that's a good thing. I will be able to do that. But when I'm in town, I can't. So everything depends on the heat, because I'm not going to heat up. If it's already hot in the van, I'm certainly not going to cook in it. But cooking in bulk, and then freezing it. I have a freezer in the van. You can get the dual refrigerators, which I hope everybody does. That freezer comes in handy. The ice maker comes in handy. I use a lot of ice. I really do. A lot of my Artic airs take ice for cooling. I put ice in Marley's water, which she loves. I use a lot of ice. So you can put little baggies in your freezer and freeze them up solid. Water in little baggies. You put water in little baggies, and then you put them in your freezer. But they take up a lot of room. So I think an ice maker might be nice, but they're like $87. They're not. I gave my son, and he loaned it back to me. And the thing you need to think about, and it is the cost. But if you and I've forgotten what I want to say about ice. You can make your own ice in the dual refrigerators. So making your own ice in a van is kind of nice. It really is. I vote all of you as long as I've been in, I have been, the first 2 years I was without a freezer. And it was hard. I've only had this dual for about 6 or 7 months. I absolutely love it. Just being able to buy ice and keep it or make my own ice inside the freezer is very important. I'm stumbling. Now, I'm going to try this. Clean your hair with cornstarch. Just dried cornstarch, put it all in your hair, brush it through, and you really work it into your scalp and then brush it out. They say that's one of the best ways to wash your hair. I don't know. I've never done that. I'm going to try it. In fact, I might video me trying it to see if it'll work. So we'll see. We'll see. And the last thing is, I just want you to look at your spending habits. And you're being told this all over the place. We know, we're seniors. Us seniors know to look at our spending. We're on tight budgets. We know what our budgets are. And if you don't, you should. You should figure out how much you're going to spend this week or next week and what are you going to spend on food. And I believe all of you do. So again, I'm going to ask, many of you have given me frugal tips. In fact, someone gave me this one on cream of tartar. I think it was Monica. And I mean, some of the tips are great. They really are. And I have to try some of them to see how they work. But I'm still going to be talking about vinegar, cornstarch, and baking soda, and give you some more tips on uses for those as well. So I think this is too long. I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, viewing, and sharing. And I'll see you next time. We'll visit together.